That's good. Okay, here they go. Man, they're doing good. So this is the lobby backwards long jump skip. And
I can see it's taking them a while.
yeah.
I think they got it.
They barely didn't get it.
Ah,
Then
yeah.
there was the accidental ground pound we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about this earlier, the reason they have to do this first one is because they need a key to the basement, which is the door right there. And they need to get to the basement so they can get a key to the upstairs of the castle. In the task of this, they figured out a way to get to the basement through the moat, and they don't even have to get the first key. But that's the inputs you have to do are impossible for a human, so they have to do the first Bowser. Yep, keep trying.
Yeah. I think they like tried twice so far.
Yeah, it looks like they're having a hard time staying in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Maybe their nerves are getting to them, I don't know.
Mm.
Here we go. Got an attempt. Bummer. So keymyu said that 19 minutes would be like the perfect, like kind of his ideal speed run for this, which gives them about like a few minutes to mess up. Well, like if they got each trick in a couple tries, the entire thing would take about 19 minutes. But if they spend, 5 minutes on each trick, then that's the time that they've allotted. Oh man, they barely didn't get it.
Ah.
Close.
Yeah, I'm lagging behind, so you take care of this for now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and refresh, and then I'll refresh in a bit. Sorry, everybody, for the technical difficulties. But yeah, he said that. You said that just one person doing this by themselves is pretty difficult, and trying to do it with two people is like terribly
Oh.
difficult. Are the words that he used. So they're just going around in a circle. So the reason they're doing this is to get through that star door at the top of the stairs. That's where the first Bowser is, and when you beat him, he gives you the key to the basement. And normally you need, I think, 8 stars to get through that door. But if you build up enough speed, you can just fly through the door without having to get any stars. All right, here we go. Oh man. Oh, they went into Parallel Universe Super Mario 64. Shoot, I don't even know what this is. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, me too.
All right, there we did. They're back in the real world now.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say this is the second hardest trick that they're gonna do in this speed run is the lobby backwards long jump. And the
Yeah.
very hardest one is the skip that they have to do in the basement. But yeah, that's rough. One guy holding the stick and the Z button, and the other one having all the other buttons.
Mm.
He said that the first time that they tried all this together, it took them about 20 minutes to kind of get everything down pat. So unfortunately, it looks like it's taken them a while to get this first jump here. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
they
they
did
got it.
it. Excellent. All right, so there's the hardest, the second hardest trick in this speed run down. Yep, there's another ground pound. Now he said that this isn't the most optimized route that you could do for this level, but it's the easiest one that they found they could do with 2 players, 1 controller without, messing up all the time. So they're playing it safe, which I think is a good idea. All right, and here we go. We're in Bowser 1. So you got to keep in mind, one guy is rotating the joystick, and the other one has to actually press the A button to grab his tail and release.
Also, he did the Bowser dance.
Excellent. All right, first key. First Bowser done.
First try.
So, next thing they're going to do is the Dire Dock skip. Oh yeah, the reason they're entering the level and then exiting is because they can't actually get through the door again. They have to restart to get back to the lobby again. So this next trick is tough. They could either get it in 5 seconds or like 10 minutes. The way this works is that star door that you see is that leads to Bowser 2. And so they're gonna, backwards long jump, build up speed to go through that star door, just like they did the first star door. The only problem with this one is in between the door and Bowser 2 is the portal that goes to Dire Docks, and you can't get around it. You have to go through it. And you can go through it, but they have to be going at a very specific speed. So what they need to do is they get a speed, they wedge themselves into the corner like they've done just now, and then they decrease their speed by an exact amount. And if they do it right and twist into the door, they'll be able to get through the door and the Dire Dock stage without actually entering it. Let's see. All right, looks like they're buffering here. Getting close. Oh no! Okay, so that's what happens. They're either going a little bit too fast or a little bit too slow. When they first do the backwards long jump on these mini stairs and then wedge themselves between the wall and that column there, they're decreasing their speed. Like when they're doing like backwards long jumps over and over in that wedge position, what they're doing is they know what their speed is when they first get into the wedge. And if they do precise button presses and joystick movements, they can decrease their speed by a very specific amount. So he should be backwards long jumping 7 times and then trying to go through the door. Looks like he didn't get it again there. But every time they try this, you should see they go into that wedge. He does 7 more backwards long jumps while in the wedge to decrease his speed by the exact amount. And then he should spin around, whip around that column, go through the star door, and go through the Dire Docks portal. And this is really hard for just one person to get. Oh man, looks like they've got 3 players, 1 controller going down here, trying to help them out.
3 players, 1 controller.
Oh man. Looks like that guy went to Virginia or wherever. So here they go. So for this category, a lot of times when people do this category, they'll do either 0 or 1 star. So like if they get the skip, then they'll do 0 star, and if they don't get the skip, they'll just do 1 star. But these guys are specifically saying we have to get 0 star. 1 star isn't good enough. They have to get this trick here, and this is the most difficult trick that they're going to do in the entire speedrun. So I don't want to say the rest of the run is easy after this, but this is the hardest thing by far. Bomber. So Veliar, just to make sure that I'm not just talking to myself here, did that explanation sort of make sense about building up speed?
Explanation. It's basically how to build up speed like whilst doing a BLJ.
Yeah, and so
basically, you know, it's kind of tricky to explain because it only happens when Mario's like jumping several times. Like the faster he jumps, the more speed he's gonna accumulate. So
right.
if he picks up enough speed, then he can like slingshot through walls. So yeah, that's the basics of BLJ.
Right. And the extra difficult thing on top of that with this skip is they have to have an exact speed. So I think the top speed is something like 501. There's no units to that. It's just 501. I might be some distance per frame. But to get the Dire Dock skip, I think it has to be around 425. So when they slingshot back into the wedge, they have a speed of 500. And when they're doing these backward long jumps and doing precise button presses and joystick movements, they're decreasing it by an exact amount so that they get to 425. And if they don't get it, then they either don't make it through the door, or they make it through the door but they enter Dire Docks, or they're going too fast. So it's kind of weird. They can be going too fast. I don't know what this guy is trying to show us on his little tablet.
I think he's like showing us a picture.
Not sure. Yeah, this can take,
a while.
Yeah, they could have gotten it on the first try, but this is the reason why the estimate is around 30 minutes, is so they could basically spend about 10 minutes trying to do this trick. And here they. All right, here they go.
Cool.
Looks like what's happening is they're a little bit too far to the right when they're jumping off of this sideways stair. So they're hitting the railing when what they want is to be going straight back into that wedge. Really want him to get this.
Yeah, I want him to get it. I want them to get the skip as well, because it's actually stressing me out every attempts that they fail.
Yeah. Every moment that passes, they just need to channel their inner drift. Oh yeah, Dr. Bob Tastic in the chat mentioned that what they're saying right now is that the skip used to be thought non-viable, but then they, I mean, it's still really tough, but they kind of figured out all of the numbers they needed to get this to work. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whipping around. Oh man. Well, when they get it right, it'll look exactly like that, except they'll get into the stage. Let's see here. Maybe they need to get that third guy in there. All right, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whip around. Nope. The intense concentration, like an Olympic athlete. As they sit there, arm in arm, hand in hand, literally. One in his Mario outfit, the other dressed in a lovely sweater. The crowd is into it too. They really want him to get this. So even like the slightest bad stick movement. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man. How would you feel if you were one of them two right now and you had this whole crowd of people just watching you two fail
I
this
would
move over and over?
I would be stressed out, and my heart would be pumping so much.
They look like they're having fun though, especially Mario. He's just happy to be here. And the gentleman on the left looks like he's just intensely concentrating. All right, here's another attempt. Here they go. Oh man, so close.
All right, so welcome back. We are trying to SBLJ all day, and so let's talk a little bit about the the specific mechanics of backwards long jumping. So, why does backwards long jumping even exist in this game?
Well, there isn't a speed cap, and if I'm getting this wrong, I'm positive somebody will correct me. But there isn't really a speed cap when you're moving backwards. So when you're moving forwards, you can only go so fast. But when you're moving backwards, there really isn't this limit. So when you're doing a backwards long jump, if you do a bunch in a row, every time you do it, you build up more and more speed.
Right. So yeah, there's no backwards cap on speed. This is.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There is a cap. It's just super fast.
Right. I think it's like -2 billion or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
whatever 2 to the -31 or -2 to the 32nd is, 31st. So, yeah. Anyway, either that or it's like a 64-bit integer, in which case it would be massive.
Oh, here they go. Here's another attempt.
All right.
Looking good.
Oh, this might be the run.
Ooh. This looks right. I mean, this is what it should look like when they get it.
Oh. No skip once again.
So close.
Dang it.
I mean, I'm sure they were just a little off in speed. Oh man, it does look like they're gonna do 1 star now.
Oh, so they are biting the bullet and taking the Bowser sub route. So one little piece of trivia: this backward speed cap, I've only ever seen the bug in one other game, and it was Big Rig's Over the Road Racing, which is like one of the worst games ever made. So there's your little piece of trivia. Mario 64 has something in common with the worst game ever made, or one of them.
Well, that's its claim. That's that game's claim to fame. It's just like, well, we're kind of like Super Mario 64.
All right, so it looks like we've got a little more action, so I'm going to let you guys handle it from here, I think.
All right, great. Thanks for chiming in.
All right.
So yeah, in case nobody knows who's watching what this 1 star means, is if they get this star, the portal will move. So then all they'll have to do is get through the door. They won't have to have some specific speed to get through the portal. So there's Bowser's stage right there. They can just jump right in. There's more ground pounds.
It was a bummer not to see 0 star, 2 players, 1 controller. That would have been insane to watch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, like, you know, in case if nobody out there has seen one, it looks exactly like this one, except instead of doing Dire Docks, they don't do it.
Yeah.
But, you know, the rest of this 2-player, 1 controller is still really tough. This will be good. If they had gotten that, of course, if they, you know, for some reason they just mess up and they die on this stage, they can just try it again. But I think if they'd have messed up if they'd have gotten through the Dire Docks and gotten that skip and died on this stage, they would have to do the skip over again. So the stakes are high, but if you get it, then the stakes are super high. Alright, there we go. Another key.
And another first try Bowser.
That's right. That's the real, I mean, that's impressive.
I think the best part about this run is the first try Bowser fights.
What do you think? Do you think they'll get the final Bowser in three swings? Because they have to hit him 3 times. Do you think they'll get all 3 in a row?
It does sound kind of tricky, especially when you're under pressure, because it's like the final boss.
Right.
But I have faith in them.
All right, here we go. Here's another backwards long jump. This one's a lot easier than the other ones. You've got this really long staircase and just goes straight back. You have plenty of space to get this right. And there's basically no penalty for trying again. So they basically have to do 2 more of these. One to get through the star door, and then another one to get up the endless staircase. All right. They couldn't get it, so they just switched the camera angle, and then they got it.
Oh.
I can appreciate that. All right, last one they have to do, and then they just keep going until they make it.
Oh yeah, this is the infinite staircase one. So basically, the staircase that they just BLJ'd on, it just goes like endless. There's like no end to it. But
Right.
thankfully, because of this glitch, we can like seamlessly skip the endless pain of like walking up the stairs with nothing happening but just continuing with no achievement.
Right. But yeah, I mean it. Oh. I mean, it stinks that they didn't get the dire doc skip, but this is still 2-player 1 controller, an extremely difficult run anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is super impressive.
Yeah, it's been a blast commentating this run.
So in case you don't know, they could just move forward, but they're trying to get this trick to where they triple jump, bounce off of the platform, and if you get it first try, it saves a ton of time. All right, they got it. If you get it first time, it saves a ton of time, and it's pretty difficult. And with 2 players 1 controller, it's extremely difficult. So that was probably since they couldn't get the dire doc skip. They probably really wanted to get that one.
All right, here we go. Final Bowser fight. This is the big one.
All right, they got one out of 3.
They got it. So long, gay Bowser.
Oh,
yeah, I
man.
want everyone spamming that in the Twitch chat. So long, gay Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser. Is that what he says?
No, I think it's so long, King Bowser. But it's mistaken like king for gay. I don't know why. It just sounds so... yeah. Alright.
A whiff.
I think this is the... Alright, I think this is the final throw.
Yeah.
Or the final bomb. Yeah.
Ooh, don't fall. Living life on the edge, literally.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Alright, there it is.
GG.
And if they're doing, I'm pretty sure time for this is when they grab the star.
Yeah,
I don't think they do it till where they go all the way to the end. Yep, that's it, when they grab the star. Alright.
And time.
Yeah, that was a great run.
3111 overestimate. That just triggers me. But then again, they had like a failed triple D skip, so I can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, if they'd have been going 1 star, then this would have been done in 20 minutes instead, because they got the second star door skip, I think like first or second try, and then but they kept going because they wanted to get the triple D skip.
Yeah, and as someone pointed out in Twitch chat, then they sure don't know how to quit.
Yeah, that was a great display of tenacity on the part of these runners. So we've had a very, it was a hype run. Let's put it that way. It was very interesting to see 2 players get through Super Mario 64, a game that requires that much precision.
Yeah, it's rough. That Dire Doc skip is really hard for even one person. I don't think there's many people in the world who can do it anyway.
Yeah, there's very few people. All right, so thank you guys for your commentary on that run.
Oh yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
it was.
And I think we all appreciated it. So I'm gonna